This religious telecast, Ye Shall Know the Truth, is brought to you by the Church of Christ, meeting at Koloko Olupometa area of Lagos Ibadan Expressway, Ibadan. The program is designed to show the entire Bible as the authentic Word of God, and also to project the New Testament Christianity. Brother Sunday Ayandare is your host. Happy viewing.
In Romans chapter 2 and verse 14, it says, "For when Gentiles who do not have the law by nature do the things in the law, these, although not having the law, are a law to themselves, who show the work of the law written in their hearts, their conscience also bearing witness, and between themselves their thoughts accusing or else excusing them." So that shows us clearly that this law was made specifically with the nation of Israel, excluding the Gentiles. The Gentiles were not amenable to the law of Moses. With this law, a new period has emerged. Unlike the patriarchal period, where you have each family head standing as priest, God now appointed Aaron and his children as priests of the tribe of Levi. Exodus chapter 28 proves this. Exodus chapter 28 says, "Now take Aaron your brother and his sons with him from among the children of Israel, that he may minister to me as priest. Aaron and Aaron's sons, Nadab, Abihu, Eleazar, Ithamar. You shall make holy garments for Aaron your brother, for glory and for beauty." This is unlike the patriarchal period. Nobody stood before Abraham and this offering up of his son Isaac in Genesis chapter 22. Nobody stood before Noah and God. Noah made the sacrifice to God. But now with the covenant, nobody can do that. Nobody can render sacrifice by himself to God. With the coming of the law of Moses, all animal sacrifices must be done, must be performed through a priest, made exclusively of the family of Aaron, of the tribe of Levi. This law prescribes a day of worship, weekly worship, and that is the Sabbath. Exodus chapter 20, verse 28. Before, we do not read of any day, special day, except that God says, "Render sacrifice unto me." But now with the coming of the law of Moses, you have weekly Sabbath to be observed. Exodus 20 in verse 8. "Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days you shall labor and do all work. But the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord your God. In it you shall do no work, you, nor your son, your daughter, nor your male servant, nor your female servant, nor your cattle, nor your stranger who is within your gates. For in 6 days the Lord made the heavens and the earth, the sea, and all that is in them, and rested the 7th day. Therefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it." This is the law of Moses. Even though before this time, Back in Exodus chapter 16 and verse 23, Sabbath had been mentioned, but it did not become law until the giving of the law on Mount Sinai. Chapter 16 of Exodus and verse 23 simply says, Then he said to them, This is what the Lord has said. Tomorrow is a Sabbath rest, a holy Sabbath to the Lord. Bake what you will bake today, and boil what you will boil, and lay up for yourselves all that remains to be kept unto the morning. This was during the wilderness wandering of the children of Israel. They were being fed with manna, but God, in a figure, showed to them what he would bring later and incorporate into the law that will guide them all through. They were not to come to the field to pick Sabbath. They were not to come to the field to pick manna on the Sabbath day. But this was not that they should not do any work. The law that forbids them from working came on Mount Sinai. And it is from this point it became a sin for anybody to do any work on the Sabbath day. To show the meaning of this law, we see in Numbers chapter 15 and verse 32, a case in point. Somebody was found gathering sticks on the Sabbath day. Numbers chapter 15 verse 32 reads, Now while the children of Israel were in this wilderness, they found a man gathering sticks on the Sabbath day. And those who found him gathering sticks brought him to Moses and Aaron and to all the congregation. They put him under guard because it had not been explained what should be done to him. Then the Lord said to Moses, The man must surely be put to death. All the congregations shall stone him with stones outside the camp. This is incorporated into the law of Moses. The provision is already given, but what's the penalty for breaking the Sabbath? The penalty is death by stoning. With the giving of the law also came the law of tithing. This is something that has become popularized by modern day pastors and GOs. The law is encapsulated in Leviticus chapter 27. Leviticus 27. Listen to the law. And all the tithe of the land, whether of the seed of the land or of the fruit of the tree, is the Lord's. It is holy to the Lord. If a man wants at all to redeem any of his tithes, he shall add 1/5 to it. And concerning the tithe of the herd or the flock, of whatever passes under the rod, the 10th one shall be holy to the Lord. He shall not inquire whether it is good or bad, nor shall he exchange it. And if he exchanges it at all, then both it and the one exchanged for it shall be holy. It shall not be redeemed. These are the commandments which the Lord commanded Moses for the children of Israel on Mount Sinai.
Bless you richly through the word you have heard. If you want to know more about the New Testament church, you can subscribe to our channel at Colorful Church of Christ for our subsequent episodes. And for further enquiries, you can contact us through the telephone numbers and email addresses running on your screen. Bye for now.
We shall gather over on the other shore, and the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there. When the roll is called up yonder, up yonder, when the roll is called up yonder, when the roll is called up yonder, I'll be there.